Hello, I'm Nick Briggs, and you're listening to the legend of the travelling TARDIS. You say travelling time lord.
Do it again. Just do it again. Just for the count.
Okay.
Just for the sake. Go ahead. Go ahead, Nick.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Briggs, and this is the legend of the travelling TARDIS.
This holiday season, I will be joining family for Thanksgiving. I hope Davos isn't actually coming this year. He made such a scene of it last year. Family.
Ho, ho, hello, and welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I am your host, Paparazzo Dave Chapman, and we've got a great show for you today. Don't we always have a great show for you? But we have an extra great show for you. Hey, Alicia, how's it going? Glad to have you here. Welcome back. Hey, Dan, how are you doing? Good seeing you every week. We love you guys. We love you audience members who come in, chat with us, see us. It's great. But as I said, we have a great show because we are talking about the Big Finish audio, Blood on Santa's Claw, and other stories. And we've got a special guest, which we'll introduce in a few minutes here. But first, our regular crew, starting with Tom. Hey there, Reverend Amagon. How you doing?
What the deuce? Oh, what the deuce? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's our special guest.
Yes.
Whatever the name I created him for, I can't remember. Tasty.
I don't remember.
Yeah. It's not Sam Mittens. He's in the other room. I should know. They fight like cats and dogs.
And next up, of course, we've got our wonderful friend Sean from Our Philosophy Is. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing excellent. I'm ready for this Christmas story, and today, to prepare, I have been enjoying my favorite Christmas treat, which is eggnog and ginger snaps. If you guys haven't tried that, try ginger snap cookies with some seasonal eggnog. And I will also say, chat, I would love to hear what is your favorite Christmas treat or seasonal treat if you don't celebrate Christmas. But yes, I'm very excited for this episode.
I'm excited. For me, it's eggnog. It really is. I was disappointed when the Starbucks stopped doing their eggnog lattes. They occasionally will bring out an oatnog latte, which is still really good. Don't get me wrong, but not quite as good. And they don't bring it out at the same time as the rest of their seasonal stuff at the end of November. It's not until into December that they bring that out, at least up here in Canada. Let's see. Christian, what about you? What's your favorite holiday treat?
Eggnog, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Good eggnog, but it's got to be something specific here. And I'm sorry about. I guess we can safely say we're under construction right now in this house. I'm at. When I was telling you last week, I could not move around in this area. Well, now not only can I move around, but now there's like pieces of metal where my feet are right now, and boxes are just rubbing up against me, like open boxes. Or
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, like, I can't move right now.
Welcome
I mean,
to
the only
my
space
world.
I have is between where I normally work for my usual job and the podcast panel over here. So everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget, all this month, why am I looking? there. All this month, we're going to be celebrating the 25 days of hummus with plenty of pictures and videos we're putting out daily. The Traveling TARDIS and his adventures around currently right now Universal Studios and Universal. This is part of the Macy's holiday parade that they're having until the end of the year. Plus, you may see some pictures going up. I'm just waiting for permission. But I'm going to let on that the Traveling TARDIS has been to a convention recently. Until I get the permission, only a few people know about this, and you'll be surprised who the Traveling TARDIS has met just recently. Maybe someplace in Columbus, maybe? That's all I'm going to say. I'm shocked that if anybody was out in the Columbus area, I will hint that really hard.
Columbus,
probably notice that it made an appearance there. So keep an eye out for those pictures. We're going to be putting them up very shortly, I hope. And of course, don't forget to check out Tom and Mark as they are reviewing next week, and I think the following week, 2 episodes next week, and then the following week, which will be the 5th episode, the wrap-up of The War Between the Land and the Sea, brought to you by Russell T. Davies, and we're not exactly sure when they're going to bring it here in the United States. I know people have been watching it in the United States, but we'll be keeping an eye out for that as well. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think we'll do the reviews in January when it appears here in the United States.
I think that's the safe plan.
That's a safe plan, yeah.
So, I know some other North American channels are waiting as well, because it makes the most sense to do it when we can officially talk about it, as opposed to saying we watched it through quote unquote other means.
I'm going to watch it through other means.
Oh, I totally did, and it is amazing. Oh my god, I enjoyed the Disney Plus version of Doctor Who. I really did, but this is the show we should have gotten. Oh my god, yes.
I'm going to say one particular podcaster goes, "Where was this when the Prime show was running?" So I know one podcast.
I can't disagree with that. As someone who very much liked it, what we got, this is infinitely better.
And may I just say, this is not the official opinion of The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, but I will say, BBC and Disney Plus, why would you create something good and then put us in this situation and do something else that irritates us, even in the midst of us praising you? Why would you do that? Why would you release it in this way? That's all I have to say.
I think they were just trying to see how everything would pan out with this particular spin-off, because we already know nothing is going to happen, but I never say never these days. Right. Anything can happen. So,
and I'm hearing good things about it too. Like, I'm hearing that the fandom is liking it. So,
yeah, I have not heard any. I've heard grumbling, but it's just the usual grumbling. I have not heard any actual negative reviews about this. The nitpickers that nitpick about everything are nitpicking about, the Sea Devils and the design and this and that. But generally speaking, everybody who actually talks about the show has had positive things to say about it.
Right. And Christian, I interrupted you a little bit. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. That's nothing new here. Anyway, no, I didn't mean it that way. Yeah, I did mean that. I would like to introduce our special guest, Dave, if that's okay with you.
Yes, I think that's
great. We're going to bring in our special guest, and I want to make sure that everybody was aware. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Dave, in our 5 years broadcasting, I think this is the second time we've brought in somebody who we are reviewing their content on our show, and we're going to bring them on as we're reviewing the content. So we did this with Sophie Aldred with at Childhood's End. So this will be, I think, the second time that we reviewed something where the writer is actually going to be in the room as we're reviewing it. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, if you saw the title, it is Big Finish's Blood on Santa's Claus and Other Stories. Well, here's the gentleman who tricked me big time, and I'll explain why when we continue on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Nev Fountain. He's back.
Oh, yes. Hey. Or am I?
We gotta make this proper. Wait. You gotta make this
Where's
proper.
the
Where?
sound effects?
I'm working on it. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So hi, Nev. Welcome back. That's Nev after we review it.
I'm Andrew Lias or Alan Terigo.
So I'm going to
my
hold
head
off on that because let me just say this. Let me go ahead and play this video. But I just want to give you a warning.
Spoilers! This is Sophie Aldred with The Legend of the Travelling TARDIS.
I'm going to say this. If you have not heard this particular audio from Big Finish, stop. Just stop, exit out. Or if you want to review, if you want to, just keep traffic going over here on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, fine by me. But I'm just letting you know we are going to be spoiling it. And there is one particular spoiler that takes place before you even listen to the audios. So we're going to mention it tonight. And here's your chance. If you haven't heard the audio, go ahead and stop right now. If you have heard it, you're in for a treat. Or if you're just wanting, spoilers don't matter to you, go ahead and keep listening, keep watching. Definitely. So, Dave, I'll turn it over to you. Are we going to bring her on? Is she next?
Yes. Well, before we get into those spoilers, we should do a quick Who Knew News.
Yep.
So let's go ahead there, Christian. Push the button, start the theme, and we'll get that underway.
Push the button.
Hi guys. I got a reindeer and everything.
Smile when you say that.
This it's going to be a short news because mostly it's that I have the ratings or the numbers of the episodes for the War Between the Land and the Sea. But I'm going to start with sad because we need to go from sad to happy because many of our childhood got ruined when we heard this sad news that and I may let the Google Translate say his name and everything because I feel bad and everything, but if all of you remember Mortal Kombat as a kid, Showdown in Little Tokyo, Johnny Tsunami, Taken, Hachi the Dog's Tale, this wonderful actor passed away on December 4th. Oh God, I can't. I used to watch, and he used to come to New York all the time and everything. But if I'm going to have Google Translate pronounce it. It is.
Would you like me to pronounce it? I will try. It's up
Did you get it? You can pronounce it.
I will give it a shot, and if anybody wants to audio correct me, go ahead. But I believe it's pronounced Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa. And yes, he was, a lot of people know him from the Mortal Kombat. Your Soul Is Mine, my favorite, Shang Tsung. Yep, and
he would be at conventions all the time, promoting everything. Like he was the biggest kid and stuff. It's just sad to see him. Yeah, natural.
No, it's fine.
It's hard because it's like we're losing too many legends right now, and everything. These were the trailblazers. These are the people that paved the way for all these new actors and actresses just to do all this stuff and everything. And they're just leaving us right now. And it's sad. But if you remember him, he was like the best. Like, I hope you guys, if this Christmas or New Year's, want to do a movie tribute or anything, by all means. But he was a good actor. Very versatile. From comedic to serious, he was very good.
And he's been in a lot of movies, License to Kill, Bulletproof, The Last Emperor, Big Trouble in Little China, of course, Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but we don't talk about Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
No, we don't talk about it.
Sorry.
That's like a certain Dragon Ball movie we don't talk about.
I'm waiting for that movie with, what's his face? Carl Urban, which I'm kind of shocked that he's doing a Mortal Kombat movie, but okay, whatever. So yeah, I consider that will be the sequel if that's any good.
Yeah, and then since we now leaving us a sad note, we have our happy note. our own Catherine Tate. She actually turns, I still can't believe, what is this? What's in the water? 56 years old. She is not 56 years old. She does not look it and anything. I love when she plays Nan, and I really want to see the movie again because I was laughing my butt off with it. It was so funny and everything. Like, she's got the worst, dirtiest mind going, but she's the funnest person going.
Time Lord DNA, that's how she does it.
She is too funny. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what her next move is because I want to see some more comedy from her and stuff because it's just, yeah, sometimes you never even guess that it's her. Like, I think she was also in the movie with Selena Gomez where Selena played like two characters and everything. I don't remember the name of the movie, but I know she played her aunt, and very versatile and everything. So I hope we get something in the future from her. I'm hoping maybe she turns up in the Christmas special, maybe. Who knows and everything. But I still want to see more of Nan. That is too good. That is way too good.
And I'm going to add this to the news. Thank you, Roger, for bringing this to my attention because I did see this in passing. Peter Davison and Fraser Hines will make a guest appearance on Midsummer Murders TV show. So that's... So
yeah, they were... I didn't know that was out yet.
I literally
they've been around. They were around New York. I just was sworn to secrecy.
Well,
hopefully they will be in character.
Mm-hmm.
And Gadget, do we have any more news?
Believe it or not, I don't know what's gonna happen now. Maybe Disney will bite their tongue and actually plead bargain for something and everything. But it seems like you guys said, and what I've been seeing and everything, the war between the land and the sea just killed Doctor Who. Because their ratings, it could be the time they put it on, that it was at a decent time now. It wasn't split between being up at 3 a.m. and all this other stuff and everything. But it seems that the first episode averaged 2.8 million views, and the second one, 2.05 views, just in that one airing alone and everything. And it was the overnight ratings. It was just basically like jaws dropping and everything. They said, it could have been the time change. It could have been anything, but everyone said, what happened? Where was this? You know, it was everybody. Some people think it's an alternate universe, that it's Rose's universe. Like, the reviewers are all keen on this. And I wish we can really thoroughly go through, because my devices don't get your devices, and I can't see what you guys are seeing and everything, and I can't go left while you guys are going right.
Nev, have you seen the war between the land and the sea yet? Has that come?
I have not, I'm afraid. Nicola's watched the first 2 episodes. I have not had the chance. I've been traveling around the country, and I've not been near a television.
That's her.
But the goal of this one right now, according to everybody and some other sources, you guys are going to be very shocked at the last couple of episodes. Really shocked.
Please do not spoil them.
I can't spoil them. I'm on an order. I can't spoil them and everything.
And Jack falls off the door. And
who knows who will pop up in this series? Who knows and everything? Because maybe Candyman got something right. Maybe you guys got it right because you guys are loving this, that it's more of an adult themed one, you know, and everything. But Disney hopefully maybe bites their tongue and asks for it back, or does it all disappear? We don't know. This is really the war between the land and the sea, because it's the war between the sea over there and the land here.
True.
Sorry, Gadget, I didn't mean to jump the gun. It's just my spoiler instinct panicked. My inner River Song was like, wait. So
Oh, no. That's why I was trying to keep quiet about something else, because I was trying to get footage for you guys, but I couldn't get footage. That's why I didn't want to spoil about the other thing that Raj mentioned and everything. Because I won't put it on here unless I can get pictures. That's why.
Can I ask you a question about those ratings, Gadget? Do you know, did they simulcast it on iPlayer and the BBC? Like did they drop on BBC
They
iPlayer?
just said it was, according to Radio Times and other sources I've spoken to, it was the overnight ratings for all.
Because I know with Doctor Who season 1 or season 2, they dropped it on BBC iPlayer like 18 hours before they dropped it on the overnight.
No, this one was simulcast.
Okay. Yeah, because then people were like, oh my God, the overnight ratings were trash. And I'm like, yeah, of course they were. So it's like, I'm glad that
I always say don't base the show on its ratings because it could be crap.
Very true. Very true.
It could be sea sludge. It could be whatever. It could be whatever you make it of. But if you base everything on numbers, ratings, likes, subscribes, and everything, you're not going to get anywhere and stuff. And I want at least something from Doctor Who this year to go out with a cool bang instead of, because we have to wait a whole year for a Christmas special. We have to figure out what's going to happen with that one now. So that's where I want you guys to go snooping. Snoop for the Christmas special. Let us watch this. And then when we review it in January, tell us your theories.
And to wrap up Gadgets news, speaking of going out with a bang, this happened, I think, Dave and Nev, 2 hours ago. We landed in
I was shocked.
2.5 million views as we started 5 years ago. So this, about a couple hours ago, we hit this number, 2.5 million views.
Wow.
I think we're growing on YouTube like crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's because who's going to pay for my plane ticket? Because I can't. I still can't find work.
We're looking at the numbers, but we were joking that we might hit that goal, and I didn't think we were going to hit it. And now looking at, I've been watching vidIQ and just doing the numbers projection. We might have a Christmas gift coming on Christmas Day. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to jinx it, but we would have to.
Because I would play it as a week later, like just keep, because it could teeter totter. Unless it stays a solid week.
Yeah. I'm just worried if I say something the wrong way or I take my pants off, that will start the views.
Well, it is New Year's. New Year's is coming up and everyone wears a lampshade.
Yeah. If
don't
you
take your pants off. No.
I won't. No, I won't. No, I'm going to put this up for her. It's a pet alert.
It's a reindeer.
But yeah.
The other pet is with the other pet is with grandma and grandpa next door.
You know what? I will go ahead and give the number. I meant, as Garrett Pomacher said from the Hanging with Web show, never be ashamed of what you got.
Yeah.
Right now, as we stand, we have 97,888 subscribers on our YouTube channel. And wouldn't it be great Christmas present if we actually slammed that 100K?
I'm still trying to figure out how we did this. Did me losing the QR codes at New York Comic Con do something, or did we actually get that popular that we're beating out people?
I never take anything for granted at this moment because if anything you know about YouTube, and I've seen people's numbers go up, but ours continue to trickle on up, and I'm just happy every single one. That 97,000. Sorry, it just jumped. 97,890 people said, I will take a chance on this show and give it, and hit that subscribe button. So thank you so much, all of you. We're just
thank you.
I guess they want to see me at MegaCon, right? Or any of the other cons or anything. I think they want to see me.
So we're 2,110 people shy. Can we make that deadline before Christmas?
I will laugh if it's before Christmas. That will be. You hear that, people? You hear that? Guys,
Christian,
we're almost there.
In the middle of your sentence, two people were like, it'd be really funny. In the middle of the sentence.
It'd be great if Christian got it wrong.
God, no.
And I was going to say 97888. Great, 8 out of 8. But they stopped me from doing that too. So maybe that's for the best.
And for Rose Kirby says, those of you, are you excited for Sunday the 14th to see those episodes? Episodes 3 and 4, because I'm very excited because I was able to watch it. Were you able to watch it, Tom?
No, I only produced, and then when Ramona sent the links from Daily Motion, and then I watched them Monday, and then just before the show started, Grego was able to put the episode on both channels, Spill the Geek Tea and Tasty Cake, of Ramona and I reviewing episode 1 and 2, and we both liked it. Episode 2, we liked it better than 1. 1 was great.
That's
and I kept pushing up, but episode 2 was like, we liked episode 2. It was just stunner. So we're waiting for when Mark and I do producing. When Mark and I do the show on Sunday for 3 and 4, and then 5, Ramona and I will come back and do a review on 3, 4, and 5 the next couple of days after. But I really liked it. And this was something big, and say as you may, as Mark said it on the watch party, it's political. It does go there, so you got to really deal with that. But it's understandable. It's understand.
They're not talking down to people. They're actually talking to people.
Yes. Exactly.
That's the thing. That's the difference. When you talk down or dumb things down, this is the problem we have. Mm-hmm. If you're saying what I'm saying, this is slowly bringing back what Doctor Who was. It talks to you, not at you.
Well, would it be safe to say that it's more adult when it comes to it, like Torchwood was adult too?
It's definitely.
That could be it, yeah.
Okay.
Ramona did not like Class, which I've never seen Class.
No,
you don't want Class. No.
I completely forgot it existed.
When the thing comes up and then they end it, and you don't get to see the rest of the series because they body switch. No. That was poor, bad.
I completely forgot it existed. So
that's
for the
thing.
fact
that so did half the universe. So
this was
okay.
Yeah. And it makes sense. Everything you see.
It's up there with the slick line canine. It's up there with the slick line canine, the other canine, the Australian canine.
I put up with canine, but because it's the dog.
Yes, master.
Speaking of the dog,
it's a reindeer.
What would you like to do? Would you like to go to a commercial break? And
let's go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll introduce not one but 4 authors, and we'll explain that when we get back from these commercials and Christian potentially puts pants on.
Wouldn't you like to know timescales?
Let's go to commercial, my folks.
You got it. When we return, please continue to stay logged on, tuned in. Neb Fountain is here, so you guys better be back.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused. I'll sew enclosed. The spell stays unspoken. A dark silhouette of a marked man and broken. Right down. I didn't listen to that voicemail. A tick-tock, that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you now.
Are you tired of toxic fandoms? Do you wish we could go back to being happy? So do we. We created the Happiness Patrol to get away from all of the toxicity in fandoms, in life, and so we decided we wanted to do a show about something that makes us happy. And in the first season, that something is Star Wars. So join myself, Cameron, Scott, Jessica, and Melanie on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow.
I didn't realize that. Well, if you watch your commercial, Dave, Jessica sneezes right at the very beginning.
Yeah, I didn't catch that when I made that.
That's right. No, that's entertainment here.
I'm author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Now, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, a spaghetti Western, a neo-Western, a comedy, or maybe it's only really Western in spirit. Whatever it is, this is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 Westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
Hello, my name's Sylvester McCoy. Welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
And welcome back as we review Blood on Santa's Claw and other stories. We've got a great time for y'all. Oh, excuse me. And a very special guest, Mr. Nev Fountain. We've said we've got 4 authors. We've said we've got a spoiler before everything spoils. Why don't you take a moment and explain what we mean by there being 4 authors on this, but not really. It's all just you.
Not really. Yeah, there are 4 authors listed on the CD, with my name being last. I believe there is a guy called Alan Terigo, a woman called Pseudonym, and a guy called Andrew Lias. They are all me. Alan Terigo is, of course, alter ego. Pseudonym, and Andrew Lias is alias. That's it. And when you find out at the end, in the extras at the end, that I wrote all the stories. I did this for a very simple reason, is because I wanted to tie all the stories together, and I thought if it was just my name on the lid, that people would assume they were linked anyway. So I just did that as a slight subterfuge, knowing that some people would get it, but not everyone. So it's for those people who don't do all the research before they stick a CD in the machine.
I feel attacked.
I was about to say, you're my friend, and you attacked me. I swear.
I had the great pleasure of talking to you over on Spill the Geek Tea not that long ago, and I only had so much time to be able to listen to some of your work. So yes. I listened to the 4th one first. It was the only one that was you.
Why?
Because it was the only one listed as being by Nev.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
All right, yeah.
Let me tell you how good it was. It's almost like watching Fifth Element, or not Fifth Element. The Bruce Willis movie with the dead kid. Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. There are dead kids in other Bruce Willis movies.
And you start seeing everything.
Yes.
5 golden rings.
My gosh.
But it was absolutely brilliant to mess with people and call it, and other stories, insinuating that they're not going to be connected at all. And then they are.
One story, really. One story.
Yep. Well, I'm putting this up over here in the link. So if you still haven't listened to this right now, Big Finish is actually having a good deal, and I got the episode for, I think, 50% off. So if you're somebody here in the States right now, you want to get this, now is a good time and a good opportunity. It's normally about $18, and you're getting it half off right now. And you can put it in your library and listen to it. And again, if you're going to be watching this episode, we are going to spoil you. You heard one. A few spoilers are going to be coming out here. But again, if you haven't heard it, in the link right now, go ahead and download it. You can get it on your, I got it on my Big Finish app on my phone. And check it out. We'll review it, but let me just say, totally worth it. Stick with it. I'll explain in my review. Stick with it. You're gonna go. I'll explain in my review, but definitely you want to check this out for yourself. And this is good because it takes place during Christmas. And one of the reasons why we got this episode, because it was Christmas. I look like I'm under construction, so I'm going to get my Get my mug out of here. So,
welcome to my world.
I got boxes.
Well, how we do?
You gotta get something like this where you can hide everything.
We start out.
I mean, once Christmas is over and things start moving, and I'm going to be installing.
Christian, I said that about fixing this apartment. And how many years?
No. I mean, I honestly, what will happen is a lot of these boxes will move, and plus, behind me is the new. You are just a klepto, dude. You have.
I am the klepto.
You have.
You know why they love us? Because we're normal. We're neurodivergent, normal people.
Why they love it, not the reason why they love
We're
us.
neurodivergent, normal people.
The beautiful people.
Because you have to have neurodivergency to act like that.
Anyway, we're reviewing a Big Finish on you.
Yes.
So there.
So getting back to that. So Nev, what we do is we give it a 1 to 10 TARDISes, and then we go through, at the start, and then we go through and give our individual reviews. So let's start with Tom. Tom, 1 to 10 TARDISes. What do you give Blood on Santa's Claus?
Yeah, remember Nev's in the room and he knows where you live.
Yes, he does. That's why I joke with him all the time about things. Oh, look at my ghoul friend. If you have ghosts, you have everything. So I was going to ask this question: were we doing it as a whole? Because of course it's 10. Or are we doing it individual? Well, let's see. I had to change my answer there because of that. But I was going to tell him that after the show. If he didn't know what's going on, are we going to go by each episode, or just the whole thing altogether as one score?
We'll go, for now. We'll do one score, and if you want to
break it down
during your time, go for it.
Fair enough.
So, as episode 1 confused me, I understood it, but it still confused me. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. Don't hate me.
All right, that's fair. Gadget, what about you? What do you give it?
Well, because I have a hard time with audio dramas and everything. I even had my audio captions up, which still don't match what was said and everything. There were some fun ones I can't repeat that they mistaken the words for. Mm-hmm. And I was so confused until the plot twist. I was like, I'm going with an 8.5.
All right. And Sean, what about you?
Hello. Yes. So I have a confession to make, you guys. I think because, and I'm not sure what the genesis of this was, but I think there was a miscommunication in our group chat, and I listened to the story Blood on Santa's Claw. Mm-hmm. And only the story Blood on Santa's Claw. So I'm very excited to see what happens live on air in this podcast. So I did listen to Blood on Santa's Claw. I had my score. Now, please keep in mind the score is for literally probably 1/4 of the story. Mm-hmm. So if you watch like the first act of something and then give a score, it's going to be a little different. I had 6.5 TARDISes out of 10.
As a starting point. And Christian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you want to know,
all right.
He's not going to kill you.
He should.
The third book may have you dying.
I told him I couldn't follow. Like I said,
he's not coming back. Nicola's going to run
Christian,
out of the building.
I had the camera zoomed in on your, I had my screen zoomed in, right on your window, and I just see your face not moving, then your hands just go, and I'm like, uh-oh. What's he about to say?
Okay, I won't start my... Let's just say if I started where I was and started and did what Sean did, it would have easily been a 3. But I heard the whole thing. I stuck it out. That's why I told people to stick it out, because if you don't, this is not going to
make
gel
sense.
Well. Exactly. 8.999 redundant, the same way that Candyman does his review. So 8.99999.
I'll go 8.999
right there. And I'll be happy to explain my 8.99. But yes, I was pleasantly surprised when I actually heard the whole thing. So there you go.
Well, I'm convinced I need to do that now. From what you guys are saying.
Well, I will say this, Sean. Once you get once you hear all the other 3 episodes, that Nev and the three of his voices in his head
Yes.
that spouted out the other 3 episodes.
Okay to have multiple voices. They tell
That
you
rating will jump.
That's what I'm hearing from you guys. It's like, oh, it sounds like the whole thing's got some damn good rating, and I should probably listen to the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad actually you only heard the one episode, because that was what we were originally doing by itself, but I'm glad we got the whole thing. Because Tom said, no, do you remember it's Blood on Santa's Claws and other stories? And he goes, you will want the other stories, Christian.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, got it.
Is it multiple claws, or is it CLAUS? I said one claw.
Santa's Claw. Santa's Claw. Yes.
Claw. Okay. I just want to make sure I was saying it right.
Yes.
All right. So, Sean, why don't we start with you?
Okay. Yes. Well, so first of all, I'm always going to be a stan for more Sixth Doctor stories, because Six is probably one of my favorite Doctors now, and I love how Big Finish has sort of rehabilitated his character. Not that his character was bad before, but it definitely has given us a very different flavor, and a lot of people weren't a big fan of what they did in the 80s with this character, so I'm always going to be in favor of that. I do have to say one thing about episodes with Six and Peri that I'm always probably going to say, and again, this is not the opinion of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, but this is just something I've always thought. As one of the resident Yankees in the Doctor Who fandom, I have to insist that I really wish that any time that you had a British actor playing an American role, I wish there was an American there just being like, hey, do you maybe want to go over this one line again? Because I will say Peri's accent was very much improved in this one from where it normally is, but I still hear the slipping a lot. I hear it a lot in her accent. And it's just one of those things that I think is probably, I think she's a really good actress. I like the way she delivers her lines, but it is a little bit distracting. So sometimes I wish that would be maybe mitigated a little bit. But putting that aside, big fan of Sixth Doctor stories. I think probably my favorite Big Finish story with Six that I've heard before this was probably Davros. And that's just one where Colin Baker acts a lot alone in that one, and he does a really good job. So with that in mind, there are some things I really like about it that I will talk about, and then I'll talk a little bit at the end about some things that knocked it down a little bit for me. So the music, first of all, was really good. And may I ask, who was the composer on the music?
Good question. Hang on a second. Let me bring up the music was done by Simon Power.
Okay. Yeah, so I really like the music. It was minimalistic, but also it was very appropriate. It had just the right amount of energy, and I like a little bit of minimalism. I was a big fan of Seigo Nakanola's score in Doctor Who as well, with his minimalism. And the acting was good, as I've already said. Some of the concepts were really interesting as well. So this whole idea that on the planet Earth, you have a lot of religions, and then you have scientific advancement progress so much that the miracles people once attributed to religion almost become common. And when that happens, then you're in the situation where traditional religions lose their prominence, but rather than moving on from religion, human beings say that there needs to be religion. And then at that point, anything can become a religion, right? And then you have sort of bigotry break out all over again, where people are warring with each other over the different kinds of religion. I think it's kind of funny that some of the religions are rooted in fiction, and some of them are just Shakespeare because of all the Shakespeare stands we have. I like that the Doctor says old television programs, as someone who's in the longest running science fiction TV series, so I think that's kind of funny too. And I thought that idea was really cool. The idea of there being Santas, again, I'm a person who really likes Doctor Who Christmas specials. So whenever people say Doctor Who Christmas specials, they're so silly, I say, great. Even having said that, though, it was a little bit difficult for me to understand all the thing with there being all the stands for Santa, and that being the thing that really makes the Santas in charge. And where I really started to get a little confused was there were reindeer that were on the Shakespeare team, I thought, and so some of the animals are emulating characters from fiction, right? But then animals themselves were almost treated as a separate class, almost like they're their own religion. Shakespeareans oppress the animals because of what it says in Shakespeare, which we later find out that they're misinterpreting slightly. But then again, some of the Shakespeareans are also animals, so it's like you have animals that are being oppressed, but then the Shakespeareans can also be animals. And if I'm getting that wrong at any point, someone can let me know, but I was just a little confused by that, because I don't mind there being deep lore in Doctor Who. I actually really, really like it. But something that's a little lighter and a Christmas special, and again, this is more of what I was thinking before I knew it was part of a 4-piece set. Something that's a little lighter, in my opinion, maybe there should be fewer questions about, okay, which faction is this person with in this particular type of episode. Not that there's a problem with that in general, but just in this particular type of episode. I was struggling with that a little bit. And I did listen to it twice. And granted, I was rushing around today, but I did listen to it twice. And maybe that's something that's cleared up a little bit later. But I thought the underlying concepts were really good. And of course, it could always be a personal thing on my side. But when I have trouble understanding some sort of the central delineation of factions within a story where you have characters that are going against each other and you have good versus evil and people taking it too far, me having trouble distinguishing did hamper my enjoyment a little bit. But again, really like the underlying concepts, and I thought that the actors did an excellent job.
Excellent.
Now, you would know, are they making the audio CDs for this audio?
I believe they're sold. They're out of print now.
Are they out of print now?
They did, but I'm fairly certain that I saw that the physical media is sold out through Big Finish. That doesn't mean you couldn't find it out there in the wild, but it did exist on CD at one point. But I believe that it is no longer for sale through Big Finish via physical media.
Right, and Dave, I don't know how we're going to do this because I don't want to take anyone's time more than I've already gone over mine. But just with that particular note about the factions, do you mind if I have some feedback from the author, or would you rather move on, or what do you guys think about that?
I would love to. I would love to hear what Nev has to say.
Yeah. I wanted to hear what you had to say. About that, because I mean, if I just misunderstood something, please let me know, because I want to be fair. I'm a writer myself. And I always want people to understand what I'm writing, so I just wanted to hear what you had to say.
Let me speak for Nev first. First of all, you need to listen to the whole damn thing.
Yeah, I know.
You need to read the show notes.
I've literally had people read the beginning of something I've written and be like, I don't get it. And I'm like, hey, shut up and keep reading it. So I completely get that.
No, I kind of like the idea that you only heard the first episode, because I was kind of going off of that for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then Tom goes, you do know there are other stories. And I'm like, oh,
right.
So Nev,
thanks to my producer.
Yes. So Nev, if you wanted to add more to what's your reaction to what Sean said?
Yeah, I can see his confusion. I said I didn't want to fill in all the blanks. So perhaps that's with me, but the episode was quite long anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where the reindeer stood in this. I think they probably had they were their own religion. I know they were animals, and I know they were Christmas, but I think that's a kind of subset. Maybe fans of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer records.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I can see where you might have a trouble with the factions and which particular faction is which. But at that point, I was just not worrying too much about where the reindeer stuck. I mean, it was kind of like just get to that home stretch. But I see what you mean.
I did enjoy it, and I wanted to say too, I mean, obviously you've done a lot more work than I have, but as an author, it takes guts of steel to come onto a podcast where people are directly reviewing your product, and I really want to commend you for doing that. And yeah, so.
Well, people have opinions, and that's fine. You have to have confidence in what you write. Mm-hmm. And if people have an opinion about what you have, it shouldn't be a problem with you. I mean, it's when people say stupid things that you can just completely disregard what they say.
Right.
Like worst thing ever, not funny, that kind of thing. When as long as you make it clear that it's your opinion, then that's fine. Dressing up your opinion as facts about a piece that you've written is irritating. But that's not happening here. You just have opinions.
Those people kind of try to make themselves the ruler of their own religion, you could say.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Very good point.
There you go. So Gadget, you were next with 8.5.
Right.
Which is for the audio a fairly good review number for you.
Yeah, because the plot twist made it go up. That's what got me, because I'm sitting there going like, okay. First I was like, is this a continuation where, because I hear Peri had a partner, so I was like, okay, is this years after the last episode or anything? Because remember, I don't have Big Finish audio that much and everything, so I didn't know the whole, like, when the Doctor and Peri were still, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, she has a partner. Did she get married? Did she whatever? And they were going on a trip, and they ended up on a planet or a state, the 59th century or whatever it was. And I was like, okay, they were talking and everything. And then I thought the guy had claustrophobia. That's why he didn't want to go in caves. I thought this thing, that thing. And then the thing about religion, I just threw it out the window because I'd rather just be kind and just, you know what I mean? Because everyone has an opinion about everything and nobody's right, nobody's wrong. So, but they wanted to outnumber, like the animals wanted to outnumber the people, and they wanted to have the margin, and Santa being the mediator and everything, and then turning out to be a lizard and all this other, and I was like, what? And everything. So, and then Peri, her usual self and everything. The Doctor always yelling because she doesn't listen, but in reality, she does listen. It's just that she wants to help so much and everything. And then as the stories continued on, I was like, okay, this is resolved. I mean, it was just the wind in the willows. It just threw me off on a few things, but mostly it was some comedic, some serious, especially when Peri had the gun and she's trying to blow through the walls. They opened up like that and everything, and be careful of the settings and all that. But I just ignored the thing about religion, just focused on what was going on with everybody around and everything. And then I'm trying to remember which was the second story. Was that the one with the children?
Yeah.
Okay. That one, that's where it also got downgraded because something Peri said about the kids, and it just hit. And that, you know what I mean? She couldn't leave them. She couldn't, and everything. And he was blaming her for the mutations because of all her stuff and everything. And I'm used to people blaming me for things. So, that's why when the last part of the plot twist came, and I was like, it wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault and everything. And she had an opportunity to have some happiness and everything in the last part, but finding out that it was the Doctor's fault and the Gallifreyans and everything, and turning out that he was the biggest plot twist, the partner and everything, but that the kids were okay at the age of 25 and everything. She got her children. She had an opportunity to have something, you know, but I love how she basically was played in the beginning and then realized and was like, oh, hell no, and gave him what for. That's why I was like, but that second one, just, I was zoning because I'm used to getting blamed for things. So, and the fact that you have to give up on something and because you're told to or whatever or anything, and then you end up this, and then she was worried. I thought at first he was really a nice guy, but then I was getting suspicious because of everything, the way some people were talking about, oh, that's my brother, that's it, like he reminds me of this and everything. And then when the last story wrapped up the plot twist and everything, and I love how she said, how are those chains? Are they really, like, you know, I was like, yeah, she's gonna kill him. But otherwise, that's basically, it was good. It's just that the beginning one got so confusing and everything because I don't know if it's the way my dyslexic thinking is or anything, but I just can't see. I just see people as human beings, or like if the alien races come down, like you're just a creature that was created by, like, you have a starseed, your soul. Like, I can't, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't like politics. I don't like anything because, like the Doctor said in one episode, we all sound like little children when we can actually talk and speak the same language.
Nope. Very, very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Nev, what's your response to that?
Well, I'm great that you liked it and it came through. Yeah, I mean the blaming of Peri in episode 2 is an intentional thing, and obviously you see why it's intentional, because he's just throwing the scent off what's actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's upsetting when people, characters in a play, do things that really hit home to you. I just think, you just need to divorce yourself from, say, this character is doing that thing, but it's not. He's not doing it to you. He's doing it to another character in the play, and it's sorry you were affected by that.
Well, I'm an empath as well as I like feeling what other people are feeling, and she actually portrayed it in her words. Like that's why I don't like AI or robotic things and stuff, because I could feel what she was portraying in her performance of that. Like she was crying with the kids, and I'm like, I had to turn it off. I literally had to turn it off. That she made me feel like those were my kids, like I'm abandoning them, and I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
You do good, Nev. You do good.
Well, it's a good mix of stories, I think.
That's why I love the plot twist. I was like, for her to say, yep, like that's
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. Now, Christian,
Mm-hmm.
you you're also a time crunch, but you had an 8.999999.
Yes.
9.
I did. Did 9, and a few more. 9. Okay. Anyway,
9.
Nev, I think not knowing that you were the author to all of this is kind of what threw me off. And when I'm basing upon the first episode, I'm thinking this should be longer, because there was so much there was so much info dump. I'm like, where are we? What are we doing here? We're talking about Shakespeare. We're talking about Christmas. We're talking about reindeer. I'm just like, I could not even keep up with what was going on. And it was just kind of, I kind of wish you had said that you had written the other 3 episodes. Then it would have made sense to me what I was getting into. Then I would have known that the first part was an exposition, because by not doing that, I kind of thought that was a story by itself. And I wanted it to expand. 30 minutes was not enough, because I was like, this is info dump for this episode. It's just like, I need more information. So when the second episode hit, which was completely in a different direction, this is where we get into the kids and stuff. I was like, well, this is another episode. I knew what you were going for, but it was just hard to follow at first. In fact, I had to listen to all of it again, which I think that's what you wanted me to do. You wanted me to hear this as much as I could. And if that was the plan, you did a great job. I loved listening to it again after I knew what I was getting myself into. Or if I had known beforehand, just like, oh, okay, this is an anthology. This is, this is a continuing run of the same story. And there've been other big finishes that I can't think of at the top of my mind, where it went in one direction, and then the next episode came in and went into another direction, or we focused on something else. And Nicola, Jesus, holy cow, that you really wrote her great pieces. That second episode killed me. And then when I got to see them again in the 4th episode, it, like, my heart hit the floor. Like, oh my God, they're back. So I mean, I don't know. I think I knew what you were going for, but I think I wanted something else on my side. And if I'd known what I was going in for, I probably would have held on tight to this roller coaster. I'm just like, I don't know where we're going with this. So for the first episode, I wanted more because there was more exposition. And the second episode, I wanted more because that world was so wonderful, with Joe and Nicola coming out and kind of going off of each other, and the kids. I was like, wait a minute, we're really going in deep here. We're doing something with the kids here, where, like, we talked about my favorite episode, and the one that's always you said inspired you, which was the Holy Terror. When I finally found out on the fourth and last episode, this was about somebody ending their life, I was devastated by that whole thing, which started off completely as a comedy and then kind of just built in. So when I finally got to the fourth episode of this, everything, the pieces started to come together. I was like, oh God, now I got to listen to it all again, because so it's just like, okay, I don't know where Neb's going with this, or whoever this first writer was, but I hope Neb really wraps it up, what's going on here in this ending, because I thought that these were all different episodes. But I know that there have been episodes I've come across where the three stories have nothing to do with each other, and it's always the fourth one that comes and drives everything home, and you're like, oh, I didn't get that. But this is one of my top 5 favorite stories. It will be. I mean, it's just incredible. And just the way that we've never seen Nicola on the TV screen, the way that she was addressed here with the kids, with Joe, with her relationship, and I kind of also like the way that she handled that the Doctor has always had this jealousy when it comes to the other guy. It's always happened throughout when the Doctor's by himself, and especially this happens with the New Who. It was Adam with Rose. It was Amy with Rory. He's always had that kind of jealousy, and I love that there was another guy in this, and you could see he had this slight jealousy. But I love the fact that when he comes out, it's almost like the fourth Doctor to Harry. He's always downing them. It's just like Harry Sullivan's an imbecile, or, Harry, yes, you're improving, Harry, but don't give yourself credit for it. It's been me. There's always that thing where the Doctor puts the other guy in place, but just remember, you're flying with me, and you wouldn't be out here without me. But it is one of my top 5 favorite stories. If I would go around the conventions and say, Christian, pick your favorite 5, Holy Terror, and this episode, and Blood on Santa's Claw will be up there. I think Relative Dimension is up there as well, both of them being Christmas stories. That's the 8th Doctor with Susan, if anybody wants to check that out. But after I knew what I was getting into, I was having a good time. It was just a hard start, and I couldn't get over it. And when the episode ended, I'm like, what the hell just happened? So that was the only thing that I think that I took a point off of. Other than that, I'll listen to this again. Definitely. And I'll tell friends about this when I'm going around the conventions, telling them, yeah, this is one of my fun favorite episodes, but you have to stick it out. If you don't, you got to stick to the end. Don't just drive it. Plus,
reindeers after you.
I just want to let people know I just got permission, Dave, from Patty. So I added some pictures. This is a surprise to everybody, so everybody stick around. Did you want me to do the pictures now, or did you want to move on?
Do it. Let's do it now, and you can. Okay. In fact, we'll take a pause before Tom. We'll look at those pictures, and you can tell us where any other conventions we got coming up like that, Christian, because I know you've got to disappear, and that way you can slip out when you need to.
Gotcha. Well, I wanted to address for anybody who went to GalaxyCon Columbus. Something special happened on that, and I want to thank my good friend Patty Hawkins. Traveling TARDIS got to meet some folks, and one of our favorite folks is Barry Bostwick from
everything.
Rocky Horror.
Yeah, the Rocky Horror. Thank you. Yes, I was trying to get that figured out. It was it's Barry Bostwick from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He got his picture with the TARDIS, so thank you, Patty, on that one. But it even gets better because the traveling TARDIS. These guys do not have to time travel.
Well, I know Faith is going to.
I'm getting there. Trust me, I'm getting there.
I know. That's why
I hope Faith is watching.
Like this. I am so like this.
I really hope Faith is watching, but these guys time travel on their own. Cheech and Chong.
I just love Kevin Smith was his son in the remake of that 90 show of that 70.
That 70 show, remake 70 show, yeah.
Now, I'm not familiar with these folks. These are folks who did the voices for Mario and Peach in the video games. I don't know their names, and I apologize, and I will research them.
Is that Carly?
I'm not exactly sure their names. I'm sorry, but
I know who that guy is. He does other voices too and everything. He's actually on my friends list. Hold on, I'll tell you right now, because that guy's on my friends list right now. I just met him, just made friends with him and everything.
In the Mario games, Charles Martinet does.
This is for the game or for the movie?
The game. The video.
For the game?
Yeah, in the movie it was Chris Pratt.
that surely looks like Carly, my friend Carly, the girl.
And one last picture, the crescendo of this all. If you knew the top names of our Doctor Who people who appeared in GalaxyCon Columbus, and my good friend Patty got to host them.
That's Kenny James,
Jodie Whittaker, and Billy Piper, and they got to meet the traveling TARDIS.
That is crazy with Jodie.
Nice.
So, yep. I hope you're watching, Faith. I hope you're jealous.
The Doctor and maybe the Doctor.
Doctor and maybe the Doctor. It's all right. So thank you, Patty, so much for this.
Yeah, that's Kenny. So we go back to the other picture. That's Kenny James, and I'm hoping that's Carly because I haven't seen Carly in a long time. And everything.
Patty says Kenny James, and he also says the voice of Bowser.
Oh, I'm not in the chat.
Who's the girl?
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Patty. Oh, thanks for
Patty,
being on.
who's the girl? Is Patty telling us who the girl is?
Type faster, Patty.
So, Kenny James.
Because I'm friends with Kenny. Yeah.
The voice of Bowser. I'm sorry, voice of Bowser, not Mario. My apologies. Sorry, Kenny.
Because I'm trying to see the face because of everything.
So, but thanks again, and I really appreciate that. This is magnificent. This is going to be something I very much cherish, and especially the look on their faces is just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you again, Patty. Thank you again, GalaxyCon Columbus, for doing this. GalaxyCon and overall. I never would dream that a picture like that would ever show up in my way, but we'll be posting that picture on the Traveling TARDIS tonight. And
hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I
think that's going to have to go in the theme.
Yeah, if we got to get you the Traveling TARDIS, dude. I mean, we got Nicola. She's got a picture with it. So somehow we got to make its way to the UK and get you in there.
Oh, Samantha Kelly.
Oh, Samantha Kelly. So Samantha Kelly, thank you.
Samantha Kelly. Okay.
Kenny, voice of Bowser. So thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you, GalaxyCon. Thank you, my good brother Patty Hawkins, for doing that for me. So
Christian, can I send the picture to Kenny?
I don't see Patty. Just put in the chat yay or nay.
Type faster, Patty.
Right, so,
I just want to make sure before I send it to him.
And Christian, before you take off, what do we have coming up for the Traveling TARDIS? Where can we find us?
I don't have the banners as of yet, but we can at least confirm right now Ancient City Con, September 25th through the 27th. We are still working. I'm just going to mention by name because I think we can safely say we are in the final stages of confirming everybody. But we are going to be looking at Central Florida Comic Con in January, MegaCon Orlando in March, I believe, and Space Coast Comic Con this summer. So as soon as we actually get the verbal, or I always want to get documentation from these people to say, yes, you're coming over here. We are already announcing 4 conventions already locked in for 2026. Ancient City Con is the one that we have documented confirmation that we have, but the other 3, I think we can safely say we've locked them in. And we will be selling barbecue sauce at Ancient City and at Mega and at Central Florida Comic Con. Let me crop the image of Kenny and Samantha. The others are good to distribute. Okay, there you go. Patty will give me a cropped version. I'll send that to you, Gadget, so you can send it to them.
Okay.
Patty, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Patty.
All right.
Have a peppermint.
All right, that was our break. Enough about me.
Enough about you. Let's go to Tom and Tom's review and Tom's creepiness.
Good God.
It's Papa 4.
Ah!
You go down just like Holy Mary. Mariana.
We just lost subscribers. Sorry, Tom.
Mariana.
Our numbers dropped.
Come back to Spill the Gig Tea, where Nat found as a co-host.
Hey.
I said it. In your face, Christian. Anyway, so yeah, in general, 9 out of 10, because yes, what I heard, blood on Santa Claus, I was like, what? I understood it, the references, the religion, and like, I'm not okay. It's for me, it was just, it's me. Your boy doesn't really ponder things clearly enough with everything else. So I listened to it. Then I did the watch party with Mark, and I said, I'm not going to repeat what I said, but it was confused me. And then it was, my producer Grego, the timescales, said, no, Nev wrote them all. So what? Okay. And then I posted saying, Nev did everything, so we have to listen to everything. And so it made more sense. Okay. The exposition. And knowing that Nev wrote it, said, yeah, it's going to be good. Not because he's my friend and everything, but I had to say that because it's true. So going into blood on the Santa Claus, on Santa's Claw, it's like, okay, Santa Claus got the Christmas thing going on here. Dude doesn't want to go into the down the cavern thing. Well, okay.
By the way, Nev, I don't mean to interrupt, but by the way, Nev, full disclosure, I was telling Tom about my experience when I got to story number 3, and he goes, you do know he wrote them all. Like, what?
It wasn't just you. I mean, Colin went into the studio saying, wow, these stories mesh up very well. These writers have obviously coordinated.
I feel less bad now. I feel okay now. We are in good company.
Oh my God, I feel awful.
You should.
I thought it was me. I'm not the smartest one in the room, so I can tell you right now, I don't.
I'm the most disturbed one, but I only heard the first week that was there, and then it's like, what? When Greg told me that, it's like, okay, and then the thing's okay. I'm going to listen to all of them, so it's all going to make sense at the end. So, blood on Santa Claus, I understood it. Shakespearean references, religion, it's like for me personally, because I just like Gadget says, anything Gadget says is exactly how I feel about religion and people. It's like this and that, how the humans are trying to be that way. It's like, we have enough problems with the humans. We already got the war between land and sea going on, and everything else, and the Christmas and fog people around here. So going into the second one, The Baby Awakes. Oh my God. Again, just like she said, it tore me. I mean, Nicola's performance was, oh my God, I'm listening, like, okay, I stopped what I'm doing. And I do a lot of things just to keep my mind going, like playing Candy Crush Soda Saga until the thing just died. It hit me hard. It's like, damn. And then the Joe guy was like, ironically, the name repeats itself. And the attitude, it's like, really? And it went there, and it was it was short for me as well. And like, wow. But knowing at the time, Nev wrote everything, it's gonna go, okay, it's gonna get really going out of here. So into I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. No, I'm just listening to It's a Christmas Story and not putting things together with the silver and the mistletoe, which I shouldn't have known my history of things.
Again, okay, I wasn't the only one who heard that song, right?
What song?
As soon as I heard them in the silver dance, silver and gold, silver and gold.
Silver and gold.
Yeah, I heard that song going through my head as soon as I knew what was going on. I'm like, damn it.
Silver and gold decorations. Hello, I'm Burl Eyes.
You didn't mean that, Nev, did you?
But listen, but I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. Understanding everything. Again, going back to the first episode, the time period, saying, okay, there's the link there. Well, why are these people prisoners? And like, of course, being the doctor, you try to help them, no matter, because just know what's going on to contacting the Earth president. It's like, why are you helping these creatures? Oh boy, the moon thing didn't get to me either. I didn't put it together until like, oh no, it was about within 5 minutes of the end. It's okay, I know what he's doing here. So before the thing was said, okay, oh, and to brightly shone the moon that night by Neb Fountain, explaining the werelords and with the vampires. I understand that there's always a fight between the two, even though vampires can turn into werewolves, because I learned that. We're watching Gary Oldman's Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Gary Oldman. Superb. But there's always been that idea with the vampires against the werewolves. I'm not watching any of that glittery crap that's been out there, whatever.
We don't talk about that.
Twilight just popped in my head.
So understand, and then everything comes to place with episode 2, and episode 2 and 3 fall together. Episode 1, when he was telling Peri about, episode 2, when Peri figured out why he didn't go there, because of the silver, and just the rage inside of her is like, oh my god. And it's like, how is this going to end here? Because I'm confused myself. And Sixth Doctor being bit by a werewolf. Like, okay, there's going to be a transformation here. It's going to be like the Marvel Comics when we had the Fourth Doctor transform into a werewolf kind of thing. I don't remember, but I remember the cover of that. All these things, like, okay. The secondary control room. Oh, thank you. I love the secondary control room. I got in the hallway. My brother built it for me, and he's have it sitting on top of boxes in the hallway with everything else. So, again, that's because the first one, I understood it, and just, for me, it went over my head. But when everything else came about, I was like, okay, I love it. It's not because, because it all made sense. Everything just came through. Number 1 was like, what? Number 2 was like, oh my god. Episode 3 was like, huh? Interesting. Episode 4, oh, it all flowed together for me, and that's outstanding. Since I have it free through on my computer, I don't really feel like paying $40 for a CD, but we'll see what MegaCon, when I join the Legends of Trying TARDIS at MegaCon, maybe if we see it there for a decent price. And waiting for Neb Fountain to come back to the US and do some conventions, holding the TARDIS. Just photoshopping me next to Nev going.
If anybody who's at MegaCon, I think they were asking for guests to come. I meant, hey, I think we should put Nev and Nicola in there.
I agree.
So definitely. I got to chat in a minute there, but Neb, thank you so much for coming on. Dave will be taking over the hosting. Thank you for coming back on. I just wanted to show this because Patty asked me to bring this back up, and hang on a second.
I like that one of him.
I love this picture. I simply adore it.
That's what I'm saying. We got to put it in the theme. We have to put it in the theme.
Me, Billy, I'm not going to ask you what the plan is, but is it safe to ask if there's a plan, Billy? There is a plan, and I'm sure somebody has it, and I don't know who it is, and I certainly don't know myself. So the panel was, don't worry. The panel that he was hosting is called "Don't Worry, There Is a Plan." So that's where it came from. So thank you again, guys. Thank you, Patty, for doing that. That was terrific. And I'll be posting it up shortly. So now I'm going to have Dave take over. And thank you again so much for coming on. All our love, at least my love for Nicola. She wants to come in, let her know. And
when she recovers, she will be
when
here.
she recovers. Yes, definitely when she recovers. So thanks.
She's got to come in for the 100,000.
And don't forget to say goodnight to Simon. Oh, yeah. And don't forget, next week, we have a special Christmas episode. We are calling it A Very Merry Simon Fisher Becker Christmas. It is a tribute to Simon, and a special, and especially that he had recorded, 'twas the night before Christmas, as a last piece before he passed for the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. You'll be able to see it at the very end of the show. So, and Phantasmagoria will have a special addendum to it as well. So see us next week, and everybody please stay safe. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again. And until the next adventure, well, I can't do it because Tony's Tony, take us out later.
Take us out later. Exactly. Thanks, Christian. So that just leaves me, and because the host always gets to go last, and kind of echoing what most of the people who listen to the entire thing, Sean.
I have something to say about that at the end, by the way. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I like I said at the beginning, I listened to it in an unusual order, not realizing that all four were by you, Nev. So I listened to the fourth one first, the one that was by you, before talking to you. And I didn't have time to do all of them. So I got the plot twist first, which made it really interesting.
There's always a twist.
There's always a twist at the end. There's always a twist. There's always a twist. Right. But yeah, so I it was really neat listening to the first three, already knowing that twist.
I did that with that Nicole Kidman movie where they were the ghosts and the kids and everything.
Yeah.
I wanted to know the ending because I don't like horror movies, but I knew the ending. And then I said, ooh, like that.
Yeah. But I was, and seeing the little details being seated in there. Oh, I don't want to go down. I just don't like tunnels. But the tunnel was laced in with silver. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. The mistletoe. I actually forgot that werewolves don't like mistletoe.
David Tennant's episode.
Yeah. The silver robots, servants / guards it was brilliant how it all came together.
Well, thank you. I do like it when I do aim for my stories to be for people to want to listen to them more than once. I think if you pay a certain amount of money for something, it should be worth it more than one listen.
Definitely.
That's just me. I mean, it's like most of my things, Peri and the Piscon Paradox and Widow's Assassin. I do think people like to listen to them more than once because they're all like that, really.
Mm-hmm.
There's stuff in there that you'd like to listen to again and get. And the Kingmaker too. Yeah, you like to go back and see I see what I've been doing.
Exactly. No, and it was just done so seamlessly, and the fact that it throws threw everybody off. It threw Colin off. It threw us off. It threw that alone speaks volumes as to how tightly this was written and how great of a job you did with it.
Thank you.
I actually, honestly, there's not a lot that I can add to what everyone else has said. It was great. I really did love in the first episode the wind in the willows religion. That
they altered themselves. That was interesting that they altered themselves.
Yeah. So it was some really neat stuff there. Santa as an inquisitor was and
a lizard, and a lizard too.
Yeah, and there being multiple Santas. It's great. It's I can see how it would be a little bit info dumpy and a little bit confusing if I hadn't listened to that fourth one first. I can certainly see that.
My radar just went that way.
Still a really good episode.
It's really interesting. I've not come across that perspective before. Yeah, well, that's an interesting. I've not come across that before. So it's always interesting to hear other people's opinions on that.
Yeah. No, it's all I can say is it was great. Like we've yeah, just from and the origins of the werewolves, of the werelords, was fascinating.
Yeah. I mean, that was difficult for me because there was a lot cut from episode 4. I couldn't squeeze a lot in. It's the one time Big Finish says no to me a lot of times, and that usually comes out with a better script. they said no to me for something in the Kingmaker, and I thought again, and the script is better, and Piscon as well. And when they say no about a certain thing, the script is better. I think it was a little over edited for my tastes. What I wanted was a returning villain for Blood on Santa's Claw, not because I really want to do returning villains, but because I knew I'd only have half an hour to explain the origins of a monster, and I think having sort of like the Great Intelligence or the giant spiders or something like that, or would have saved time in introducing the main villain. Interestingly enough, the story was pitched with the gastropods as the villain, because the mines were originally going to be salt mines, and I just found it ticklish that I'd bring back the Sixth Doctor's first enemies to do it, but we couldn't find Anthony Stephen to get the rights, so I thought something original. And I'm glad you like the lore of the Werelords. I mean, they were brought about with a lot of thinking after I couldn't think of anything else.
Yeah, and I mean, you could have easily gone with just the Vulpins, with Mags and the Vulpins, their version of the werewolves. But I think this worked better.
And it tied in with the Christmas thing much better too. It wasn't originally pitched as a Christmas story. It was pitched as the origin is I've always wanted to do a series of stories. I think I mentioned this in the last podcast I was on, in which the hero succeeds in the story, but you find out later that he didn't. I mentioned that in terms of the detective novels I was writing. I'd like to write one in which the story finishes and the murderer is revealed, and in the next book we find out that the detective is completely wrong and completely got it wrong. And I kind of did that for Kit Pelham. And I always just like that idea that by the Doctor winning, he loses. He who wins shall lose.
Yeah, they used the Doctor and Peri's own strengths against them.
That's where it all started. That's the origin of it. And then Nick said, "Yeah, can you do it in once to CD, and can you make it Christmas?" And I went back to it, and I thought, yes, that's going to work very well.
And it wasn't too over the top Christmassy. It wasn't Christmas everywhere like my studio. But it was just that right amount of Christmas. You knew that there was Christmas there. It's not Die Hard where is this Christmas or is this not? It is. But it was Christmas, and it worked so well. I'm almost less speechless just because was so well done.
Christmas helped it a lot, I think. The first episode was very sketchy before the idea of Christmas came along, because I just had miners and a planet and a resource, and that's all I had. What I liked best about it in the end was thematically it worked well with the idea of Christmas just happening. The origin of Christmas is basically to keep people warm and keep the beasts away, really, the middle of winter. So by the end of the story, you've really taken what Christmas was in the first place, not the religious element of Christmas, but the survival element of it, the winter, and keeping the beasts at bay with your fires and your celebrations, and
and then to have it be what was literally keeping the beasts at bay as part of the prison ship was the prison station was just glorious.
Yeah, things did come together quite nicely. I think so. I say I'm not completely happy with it, but I am fairly happy with it.
I think Doctor Who as well. I mean, just the idea of the Doctor being this symbol of hope, but also someone who deals with quite a bit of adversity and has been everywhere and has seen lots of different cultures. I think that meshes very well with the idea of Christmas, which is why I've always liked Doctor Who Christmas specials. But I'll say now, I wanted to say to you, Nev, that now that we've all gone through this and given our reviews, the only individual who gave you anything less than an 8 was the person who didn't listen to the last 75% of it. So I think that's pretty darn good. That's just because I think I think what I want to do is listen to the rest. I definitely want to listen to the rest of it now, and I think next time I come on TLTT,
it's a very interesting experience with my work. I heard a review not so long ago about Peri and the Piscon paradox, and a bunch of Americans discussing it. And one guy said, "I hated disc 1. I hated disc 1, but when I heard disc 2, I realized that disc 1 was brilliant." And that tends to be the listening experience. I don't know if any of you guys have heard Peri and the Piscon paradox.
Not yet.
My companion chronicle. Well, maybe I'll come back and have a chat, and maybe Nicola can come too, because it's very it's a Peri story. But you know, it's a disc of 2 halves, and basically, they were furious by the end of disc 1 because it was basically just a piece of nonsense, bit of comedy nonsense, much like the first story. But when you match it with disc 2, then you realize what I've done. So it's a similar kind of experience, and I'm happy that you're going to get that experience when you listen to the next 3 stories of Blood on Santa's Claw.
Yeah, I really do want to, and I know there is a very interesting discussion to be had about, you know, does it diminish the experience the first time you watched or listened to the thing, knowing how you feel about it at the end? And I think I can see a little bit of both sides, because on the one hand, your first listening experience is going to be impactful, but on the other hand, I think there are all kinds of movies that are very popular in pop culture, as well as novels or plays or anything, that were people to get up halfway through them, it wouldn't have nearly the same impact, obviously.
And of course, Fight Club, Sixth Sense, we mentioned the Sixth Sense. If you got up halfway through those, then you'd get nothing out of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like any kind of like a whodunit. If you got up in the midway through a whodunit, then there'd be no point to it at all.
Right. And I know that, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. So I wrote a short story, and I had this experience that I noticed that people who stopped reading it halfway through didn't get it, and people who finished it really liked it. And what that meant in my case was, because I wasn't making something that was part of a bigger set, was I needed to put a different hook in the beginning if I was going to go back and rewrite it. But that also doesn't mean that the people who finished it and liked it, they really liked it, that doesn't mean their experience was invalid. You know, they still told me at the end, "I'm glad that you put the stuff in there you did." So I've been on the other side of this as well. So I wanted to thank you again for, I mean, I don't know if I could go live somewhere and have someone just, you know, pick apart something that I had written and just be like, and I'm going to get your reaction live on the air. So thank you so much again for doing that.
Well, as I said, if you write something and you care about it, then you should be able to withstand other people's opinions, because you should stand by all the decisions you made. If you can't cope with that, then obviously you haven't thought enough about the story you've written. It'll only be a depressing process if you didn't actually believe in your work and believe in what you've done every step of the way. And sometimes I've done work in which I didn't think enough about the decisions I made, and I go, okay, slap them on. But most of the time, if you take the time to write things and you make the effort, then that effort should show in what you do. And if someone says, "I don't like this for this reason," I go, "That's fair enough. I made a different decision because I do." You know, that's really it. I found for a long time, the first episode of Blood on Santa's Claw the most entertaining for me to listen to. That's my humor, and that's what I like to listen to. And if you say, "Oh, I didn't like it, but I did like the others," then that's fair enough too, because I enjoyed all of it, because I wrote all of it.
And you probably write with the, I mean, of course you write with the actors in mind, because this is Doctor Who and the actors are tied to a specific role. But
yeah,
I can hear just, I mean, I really do like Colin Baker's humor in his delivery. I mean, just I get his, I mean, I don't know the guy, but I just get a sense of his sense of humor through a lot of what he does. I mean, I think about the Five-ish Doctors reboot with him going, "Even more of me," you know, and I just really like his sense of humor. So I could kind of tell it was written for his cadence in the writing, you know.
Oh, absolutely. I know Colin and Nicola very well, and I always like to push the actors and give them something to hold on to and give them something to stretch them, because otherwise it's just turning up and reading the lines. In all my 6 Doctor works, and I've written quite a few, I give something for Colin to get his teeth into, and hopefully Nicola too. There's just no point otherwise, really, because they're there. You're going to use them. They've got years of experience and they've got range. So use their range, because it makes your stuff better.
And you put Nicola through an absolute emotional ringer.
Nothing compared to Peri and the Piscon Paradox, I tell you that.
All right.
and Widow's Assassin, mate. You've got a lot in store for you.
Like I said, you made me feel her acting. You made me feel her words.
She's good actor. She's a good actor.
That's what for me. It was like literally had to stop that second one because of everything, because you could feel the emotion.
I think the emotion of those 2 hits, because I've kind of been a fan of that pairing since really Trial of a Time Lord. I mean, I wasn't around when it was airing. I watched it much later, but I remember just watching those episodes, and that's probably the first thing I watched where I really started to like the 6th Doctor even more. And then when I went over to Big Finish, then that obviously continued, and I really like the pairing of the 2 of them.
Yeah.
No, they work together very well.
I liked when they would in the series and this, it sounded like Big Brother scolding Little Sister, but then Little Sister has the comeuppance and pulls one over on Big Brother.
Yeah, they're a lot like you can compare that way, like a partnership or a married couple, or they have. I said I wrote Conflict Theory. That's another one which stretches them, in which they basically go to a counselor. They go to a robotic Sigmund Freud.
I loved that one.
to examine their relationship. I think that's a lot of fun to examine.
I actually think that one feeds into Santa's blood and Santa's claw quite well.
It does, yeah, you're right.
Because it's that same sort of a theory of, they're talking about their relationship and how they like adventuring and how they don't, want to keep each other safe and all that.
It does reflect that, yeah.
Yeah, and moves into
that's how the meddling uncle. He said nothing. The meddling uncle.
Yeah,
yeah, they do throw themselves into. I mean, the discussion about that Joe says, you make no difference to the universe. You're just doing tiny things. You're making tiny differences,
but tiny ripples and tiny waves make changes all over.
There was a quote I found this the other day, which I would love to use in a Doctor Who. It was something about a guy protesting about America or the world. I don't know. He goes, "Why are you protesting? You're not going to change America." And the priest who was protesting says, "I don't want to change America. I want to make sure that America doesn't change me." So I think that's a lovely one. And that's a lot like the Doctor just going, "I'm not going to change the whole universe, but I want to make sure the universe doesn't change who I am."
One act of kindness.
Yes.
Yeah, I love when the 12th Doctor says, I'm an idiot with a box passing through. I mean, that's kind of the small, and I do like the smaller Doctor Who stories as well, where, I mean, I think the Doctor being a god has its place. I disagree with some fans when they say they don't like the Doctor becoming some giant important figure. I don't mind that so much, but I also like the classic Who style, where it's the main cast of that story that really does it, and the Doctor is kind of part of the story. He has this importance, but he also is very, for lack of a better term, very human, in the way he deals with that more intimate cast of characters.
Yeah, it's very relatable. Sometimes the stakes can get lost when things get big. Something like Robots of Death, which is just a bunch of people on a sand miner. It really is, it really hits home in a way that the universe exploding doesn't.
For sure. So it's getting a little bit late for you there, Nev.
It is a little.
It is a little bit. Thank you for hanging with us for all of this.
Shall I go now?
You You may go. No, before you go, I'd love for you to
Thank you, sir.
Promote your books. Tell us where we can find you and all of that.
Well, I am on Twitter and Blue Sky and Facebook under my own name, so it's easy to find me. Neb Fountain. My books are still on sale. The Fan Who Knew Too Much and Lies and Dolls, and my Big Finishes are available at Big Finish. And if you're in England, then the Dead Ringers tour carries on into the new year, and there are tickets available all over the place. And a couple of episodes of Dead Ringers are coming up on Radio 4 this Thursday and next Thursday. So I think that covers everything.
Excellent.
Yeah. Plug.
All the plug. Exactly. And what we'll do is I'll go through wherever we can find everybody else, and then I've got a special treat over the holidays. Opening mystery dice.
I will depart then.
Yes, you.
Thank you.
Certainly
Nicola, my love. Tell us feel better.
Bye.
Bye, Nev.
All right, so we'll go through it where we can find everybody. That way, if we have to cut off fairly quickly, we can. Gadget, where can we find you?
Everywhere and anywhere, basically Instagram, YouTube, the new channel. I don't know if you guys still have it, but it's Gadget Pendragon After Dark, because that's where we're going to have all the live stuff, and I'm going to have my new shows and everything. Finally getting Gadget Vlogs back on the air and stuff, because it's time. And also, guys, on lulu.com, pick up my books and everything. Unofficial D&D guide for kids under 10 and a few adults, and Copley, A Newcastle Journey and Beyond. You'll see my adventures in the UK, which I may never go back after seeing what happened to the UK and everything. So once in a lifetime journey. And this one, there's hopefully, once I get back into the apartment, 3 more books being written for this series. But this one you'll like and everything. I'm trying to see if I can work with somebody to get dice for it, as well as figures and playable boards, because someone took a note on this and contacted me, and someone keeps shooting that damn reindeer off my shoulder. But guys, pick them up and everything. I don't know where I'm going to be. Who knows? Because last time I said I wasn't going to be anywhere, I ended up at the Thanksgiving Day parade. So let's see what happens. Maybe New Year's will be some surprises. Who knows?
Excellent. And Sean, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Our Philosophy Is, where I post about various topics, Doctor Who reviews, going through the second Doctor slate of stories, and also sometimes some philosophy, as my name does imply. But if that sounds interesting to you, go over there and check that out. I'll be glad to have you. Thank you so much.
And now you've got one more thing that you can review, because you're
yes.
Gonna be,
you know what? That's actually an excellent. I'm glad you said that, Dave. I should actually review that after. So part 2 to say, don't watch the episode. I was wrong. Yeah. So
watch the episode, then watch this episode, because I was wrong, and I can correct myself.
Yeah, there you go.
So Tom, where can we find you?
Excuse me. You can catch me on. Well, I set up everyone else's banners, but my own. Okay, you can catch me on Dave on Sunday night. Spill the Geek Tea, 5 p.m. Eastern. You can catch my revamping of the Tasty Conversations on the same channel, Spill the Geek Tea, as well as Reverend Amagon, Tasty Cake. You can catch me Wednesday nights and Saturday nights from 5 to 9-ish p.m. Eastern Time, while I do my Tasty Talk with Tasty Cake, 4 hours of me babbling away. And also on Sunday for the next 2 weeks, the Candyman will be hosting the watch party for the War Between the Land and the Sea. I will be producing. So episode 3 and 4 this coming Sunday. And episode 5 will be the last one after that. So again, you will see me and Ramona, who's on the chat all the time. We will be reviewing those 2 episodes after we watch it on through Daily Motion, because that's the only way we're able to see it through the US. And it is a great show. I like it a lot.
It really is good. It really is. As for me,
I
got my banners here. I got that. So you, as Tom said, you can find me on Spill the Geek Tea on Sundays at Spill the Geek Tea 1. You can also find me every other Monday on Horses on Film, youtube.com/@horsesonfilm. Yesterday, we just dropped our episode on Blazing Saddles. And that was a ton of fun, as only Blazing Saddles can be. So definitely check that out. You can also get that on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, if you just want the audio versions, or YouTube Music as well, if you just want the audio versions.
Wow.
As well, you can find me on the first Thursday of every month on Happiness Patrol, youtube.com/@HappinessPatrolShow. And with that one, you've got me and my friends talking about something that makes us happy right now. That's Star Wars. And we just dropped our episode this past week on the Star Wars Holiday Special. Does that actually make us happy? You'll have to find out. So check that out. Like, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. In between all of that, you can find me on my regular channel, youtube.com/therathole.ca. That's the Rathole DOTCA, because YouTube does not like URLs in their URLs. And that's where you can find me. So now we've got the fun stuff.
Yes.
So what one should I do here? We'll take these out. Let's do.
Oh, there's 4. Okay.
So we'll do this one.
I say color blue with black.
All right. Well, let's see.
Drum roll.
Purple.
So first things first. Oh no, we're gonna pull out the
red
pin.
Oh.
Ooh, what is? Wait.
Very
goblin.
Oh, it's an alien.
Oh.
It's a little goblin Santa.
Goblin. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then for a sticker.
And these packs are sold out, people. I looked.
Yeah, I know. I looked online. You can't get anything.
You say Cthulhu?
They're not
dog?
entirely sold out. They're such limited that they've actually just started putting them in as a free gift. If you order anything else.
Oh, okay.
You just have to use the code. Of course, it just refreshed on me. I don't know what the code is because it just refreshed on me.
I know you got to go to 1985 Games on Instagram
games.
and was it Instagram, and I think they're also on another page too.
Ah, there we go. Mystery by 2, and you can
Mystery by 2.
Let me see if I can pull it up fast here. Fast share screen. Nope, that's the Black Friday sale. It'll switch back eventually. But yeah, that's another option. You can get 30% off any purchase with the code Black Friday 30. There we go. Free holiday mystery dice. Use the code mystery by 2. Buy 2 dice sets. Get a free holiday set.
Screenshot the screen, people.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's get rid of that.
Dave, why did Cthulhu blow up in popularity again? Was it because of South Park, or is it just because of Lovecraft?
Rick and Morty.
So let's see what's in here.
Hi, Morty.
I was gonna wait. Is that gold? No, it's white. Okay, I thought it was gonna be gold because if it was gold, I was about to say gold.
Silver and gold.
Copyright claim.
So here's our E4. So it's
oh, is your destiny?
Partly white, partly clear with shine on it.
Oh, it's Mother of Pearl.
Mother of Pearl.
Ah.
That's cool.
So that's your D4. And then your D6.
D6, the Mighty Ducks.
D6.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
Oh. Wait, is there something inside besides snowflakes?
No, snowflakes.
It is snowflake. That's what I was trying to figure because the way they had it, because it looks like it's snow on the ground with snowflakes.
Yeah. You can see the snowflakes inside the D6.
I like that. Is it like in the center, or is it? It's not printed on the side, right? It's like in the center.
No, it's inside the resin.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting some Jurassic Park vibes. Should get one with a mosquito in the center.
Give me 1 sec, guys. I thought I heard my bell.
And then we'll go on to the D8. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. There we go. I'm like grabbing a D10 going, why is that there? Thinking. There we go. There's our D8.
And we get sound effects.
See the sparkles, the sparkly
like Edward
snowflakes in there.
Yes.
The D10s.
Yeah, you see that.
You got your standard D10. Ah!
Yahtzee.
There we go. Your standard D10.
So how many come in one pack, Dave?
7.
Okay.
There is your 10s D10.
Well, I like how your camera's focusing very well on this.
Takes a little bit, but eventually it does. Yeah.
See all the little intricacies.
That I like. They have they changed our bell tone. It sounds like something from an alien ship.
Sounds like the TARDIS?
Kinda. It's got one of the functions that sounds like it. It throws me off every time because I think it's one of my toys. Those toys, those ones that make those noise.
There we go. So there's your D12.
Nice. And also a question, poorly sighted person question. So do you know what the value is? Is there a little engraving on the top? Is that what it is?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So you can see the number. Here's the D20.
Correct.
And you can see the values there. So there's a 10 there.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I know you have some vision issues there, so you can't really see it.
Yeah, I can right now because it's standing out in sharp relief. So
good.
See the snowflake right there is perfect. You can see that one.
The D20. So that is another set of dice.
Cthulhu.
Hail Cthulhu.
This was a skeleton. It wasn't a goblin. It was a skeleton.
Wait, it's a skeleton? I thought it was an alien at first.
It looks like an alien with the greenish, right?
Or maybe it's an alien skeleton, but it's definitely, you can definitely see the skeleton end of the there. Skeleton claws. Pin.
It's not Skeletor. You bumbling boob.
So that is the mystery dice for this week. Tune in next week. We'll have more mystery dice for you here on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Until then, everyone say goodnight to Simon on our way out. And we will
that means it's my turn to do this, right? Okay, I got to find Simon's picture. So, where? What? Where's Simon's picture? Okay, it's so tiny.
Better be there.
There it is. So tiny.
Better be there.
This whole portrait thing is
a better one. We'll put that one up. It was Christmas.
Oh, Christmas one. Yes. Oh, sorry. Boink.
So everyone say goodnight to Simon, and we'll see you next week for a very special Christmas episode of The Legend of Traveling TARDIS. Take it away, Tony.
Good night, Simon.